Pokemon Legends Arceus is finally out, and there's one question that's on everybody's mind. Is this the Pokemon game? Is this the game we've finally been waiting for? Is Legends Arceus gonna get us out the hood? The answer is yes, finally, oh my god. But the game is not perfect. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my first impressions of Pokemon Legends Arceus after playing it for the first few hours of its launch. First and foremost, let's go ahead and get this out of the way right off the bats. The game doesn't look nor run the best. Okay, I thought the graphics weren't going to bother me that much, but this game does look very dog shit. It's okay. It's all about the gaming experience, chat. Dude, the textures of the ground are like vomit inducing. I think I'll get over the graphics relatively quickly. I think like the game like kind of looks good, but bad at the same time. It's really weird. Also, my neck bow long as shit, yeah. But it's really weird because I feel like there's certain instances where there's like something about the game that makes it look like really good. And I'm like, wow, this actually doesn't look that bad. And then like you just look at the ground or a hill or a tree or pretty much anything that isn't directly a model, and you damn near get close to vomiting because it is noticeably not great. And I remember the first time I went to Jubilee Village, I genuinely noticed the reduction in the resolution. Oh my god, the resolution here is so low. Like it really felt like the game went from maybe like a 720p to like a 480p docked sort of situation. I don't really know what the resolution is running at, but it's certainly not a high one. However, this was a caveat I was expecting going into Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I wasn't really that concerned about it because all I wanted to get my teeth into, all I wanted to see is how is the gameplay. And that is where my first con comes in because goddamn, this game does not want you to play it in the beginning. I swear to God, the intro has got to be no shorter than like an hour and a half. So if you are about to start your playthrough of Legends Arceus, set aside some time. This is like a Sony release, my boys. You're gonna start the game and the first thing you're gonna do is grab some fucking popcorn to finish watching the damn intro. But once you finally get past that boring ass introduction, which I can kind of understand why it's there, you know, new kind of Pokemon game. We've never gotten something like this before. You have to bring everybody up to speed, let them know what's going on. But I swear to God, there's only so many times I can hear, "Are you the guy that fell from the sky?" before I start to go into the brink of insanity. But after about an hour and a half, the game will open up to its sandbox and you can explore the first little area, and I instantly fell in love from that moment on. This game has got to be one of the most refreshing games to ever hit the Pokemon franchise, and that makes me extremely happy to say because genuinely I thought that this series was just sort of tapped out of creativity. And this is coming from a guy that really likes all the Pokemon Switch games. Like I've loved BDSP, I know that might be a hot take. I loved Sword and Shield, and god damn it, I loved Let's Go. That's probably my favorite one on the Switch, to be honest. But this game is nothing like that. This is a spin-off, kind of similar to like Pokemon Coliseum in that sense, but this might be considered a hot take. I feel like this has the potential to be like one of, if not the best Pokemon game ever made. Maybe not this specific game. I'll have to see how I feel about the game the more and more that I play it. But this gameplay loop, this style could really lend itself very well to a sequel of some sort that could really fix any issue that may arise in this game and make this one the GOAT. Let's talk about what this gameplay loop really is and what it's probably going to remind you of. Very obviously, a ton of Monster Hunter vibes going on here with the whole, you know, main hub village area that you're in, accepting the requests and just going out onto the main missions, you know, surveying the Pokemon, catching the Pokemon. It feels very reminiscent of Monster Hunter Rise. I don't know why I said Rise, just Monster Hunter in general. I'm stupid. I literally slept for 2 hours. I think this game will obviously inevitably draw comparisons to Breath of the Wild because I mean, what open world game these days doesn't get compared to Breath of the Wild? But at least in this instance, it makes a little bit more sense because I really do feel like, in particular, the sound design really reminds me of Breath of the Wild. Like little jingles when you pick something up or when you find something is really Breath of the Wild inspired. When you enter a new area, this little piano jingle starts to play. Really does remind me of Breath of the Wild in that instance, but the way you interact with the world is definitely much different. And speaking of, that interaction with the world is easily the best part of this game. And there's finally a Pokemon game that genuinely feels like an actual adventure where I am exploring a world. And I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. The biggest and like the best thing about Pokemon has always been like this world, right? Like you want to feel like you're exploring this world. You want to feel like you're really, living here. And that sort of a fantasy is what we all loved as kids. I feel like that's a big reason why Pokemon Go was so huge when that came out, because it really got to feel like we were living in the Pokemon world. And this game gives you that sense of exploration, and I love that. One of my favorite things about this game that I think will be very overlooked is how fast, quick, and seamless everything is. There's no animation to go into a battle. You know, you don't have to sit there and wait 700 years for the moves to come out, for you to pick a move. Everything happens so fast, so fluidly, and so organically. One thing that I really love about this game is that I can throw a Pokeball at a wild Pokemon and then quickly switch to one of the Pokemon I have in my party, and then also throw that Pokeball so that way my Pokemon can go harvest some berries or harvest some minerals for me. And you can do both at the same time. And I don't know why, it's such a small thing, but I feel like it makes the game feel so much more intuitive, if that makes sense. I also really like the variety of Pokemon that I've been able to capture so far. So for example, my team right now consists of obviously my starter, which I went for Rowlet. I've got a Drifloon, I've got a Shinx, I've got a Buizel, I've got me a Starly, and a Ponyta. And I feel like that's such a nice mixed bag. And that's only the first area. And it was very cool because I'm sitting here and I'm exploring that first area, and then nighttime hits, and then I start to see this like shadow pop up out of nowhere, and I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? And I start to look a little bit more. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a Drifloon. I can catch a Drifloon in the first 2 seconds of the game. Get me a Drifblim, that's fire. So I just caught me a Drifloon. And I feel like this game, more than any other game in the franchise, aside from maybe Pokemon Go, really incentivizes catching Pokemon. Like, it's crazy because for a Pokemon game that's had the tagline gotta catch them all, I don't think I've really cared to do that since the game's inception with Pokemon Red and Blue. Ever since then, I've just sort of like made my team, caught the legendaries, caught whatever else I found interesting, and was like, screw it, I don't really need anything else. But in this game, I feel like I for some reason, I feel like I want to catch every Pokemon. And it's really cool because each Pokemon has their own specific Pokédex entry, and then you can do these little mini tasks to then go ahead and complete that Pokédex entry. And this can be anything from catching the Pokemon a certain amount of times, from catching different variations of the Pokemon, like different heights or sizes. Wait, those are the same thing. Different weights or sizes, watching them do particular moves or anything of that nature. And it really like incentivizes you to actually catch a ton of Pokemon and then even catch multiples of that same Pokemon. And I just think that's super dope to me. Like, you know, it really feels like I want to be engaging with this Pokemon world and genuinely catching every Pokemon I come across. And I think a big reason for that is because of the fact that, again, everything happens so quick and organically in this game to where like catching a Pokemon isn't really that much of a struggle. Like in another Pokemon game, I gotta enter the battle, go the boom, 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 or whatever, and then I gotta weaken them, throw a Pokeball, and then hopefully I catch it. In this game, really quick, sneak up on it, throw a Pokeball, maybe I catch it, maybe I don't, or I can even engage in that fight and get things happening super quickly. I send out a Pokemon, use a move, get it a little bit weak, throw a Pokeball, boom, I'm out of there. You know, it's so quick and it's just so effortless. And I think that's the main word that I'm going to use for this game, is that everything feels effortless. Until I was roaming the world and I saw a level 40 Rapidash out of nowhere and damn near shit myself, because that motherfucker had the red glowing eyes like he was straight out of an anime, and I was like, holy shit. I remember when I saw that thing and I was like, oh, this must be like the alpha Pokemon I've heard so much about, because I didn't really do much research on this game before I started playing it. So I knew that these things like existed, but I didn't really know exactly what they were. So in this game, you can do like this little scan feature or whatever to see what level the Pokemon is and get some other details on it. So I see this Rapidash out in the wild and I'm like, okay, let me scan this shit real quick. What's happening? And I see that it's level 40 and I was like, oh, like I'm level 8 for real. I think I should go. And one other really awesome thing is that there's like this little river that you can't cross because you can't swim in this game. That's pretty sad, but I guess that makes sense. You got to get Pokemon with surf or whatever. But across the river, I can see a group of Buizels there. I'm like, oh, hey, look at the little water fairies. Oh, it's so cute. Coochie, coochie, coo. Who's your cute little Buizel? And then I see something like behind them, and it's this massive figure. And I'm looking, I'm like, why is that thing moving so weird? And then I see a flash of red eyes, and I was like, well, what is that? And as my eyesight adjusts, you know, I'm old, chat, you know what I'm saying? I got cataracts and shit like that. I got dementia too. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I forgot. So I'm looking and I'm like, wait, that's a Floatzel. He's just chilling right over there. And I think that's so dope because like it gives you like this insight of like there's something beyond this area that you're currently in. Like you're gonna be able to get there soon. You're gonna be able to go there. You can go fight that Floatzel and probably get packed up when you go there. But it's showcasing like, hey, there's more stuff here. And I just love that little teasing that the game does of showing you that there's stuff along the way. Even that Rapidash that you can run into in the middle of the first area is still showing you like, hey, there's gonna be incentives to leveling up and to getting stronger, because then you can fight, catch, battle these like big badass pokes. Then there's one last thing that I wanted to talk about in this game, and that's the fact that there's a feature in this game that hard caps over leveling, which I find to be actually fucking sick. So if your Pokemon reaches a certain level, you will not have it obey your commands. It'll be like, nah, I don't really fuck with you like that, bitch. You weak. How I'm gonna respect you? You ain't even got no stars up. Get your research up, broke bitch. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of fire. Has it happened to me yet? My chat was telling me about that while I was streaming, because when I got my first little research badge or a little star thing, it says that Pokemon up to level 20 will obey you. So now I was like scratching my chin. I was thonking a little bit. I was like, does that mean all Pokemon or just like caught Pokemon? And my chat was like, nah, that's all Pokemon. Like if you level up past a certain level, your Pokemon will deadass just stop listening to you. And I find that really dope because obviously over leveling can be an issue in Pokemon, especially in an open world kind of explorative game like this. I feel like this could lend itself really, really well to just grinding out. And I really like the fact that that cap is in here. And I think that also adds on to the fact that you probably want to be catching like a lot of different Pokemon to fill out your Pokédex. So even if you do over level, it's not the end of the world, because you could probably run into those Pokemon pretty quickly. Except that one damn Eevee, chat. I promise. I know I said I had dementia. I know I said I had cataracts or whatever the fuck, but I'm being dead ass. I saw an Eevee for a split second. I thought it was just a regular Bidoof. I'm sorry, all brown Furby looking the same to me. I'm not racist, but I swear to God, like I saw that Eevee. I was gonna try to catch it, but then it ran away, and I'm sad. I have not found an Eevee since, and I'm still upset over it. But yeah, I just cannot wait to go back and play more Pokemon Legends Arceus. This game is extremely fun. I'm not kidding, boys. Like this is the one. You should play this game 100%. If you were on the fence, pull that trigger. This game is absolutely fire. What do you think of Pokemon Legends Arceus? Are you gonna pick it up soon? Do you already have it? Have you been playing it? What you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Peace out.